Well, thank you for being here today, and a big thank you to the Des Moines Police Department for hosting this event here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. And I'm very thankful for particularly the families who are here today, friends and families who have lost a loved one, and their loved one's case is one of the over 400 unsolved homicides here in Iowa. Thank you for being here with us today, and we do what we do for you. You know, as a prosecutor, I fight for justice, and I fight for victims and for families, and that's why on day one, I made it a top priority that Iowa should have a dedicated cold case unit in the Attorney General's office, and wanted to launch that office. We worked hard on it. Appreciate all the support of all the people that made it possible, because no family deserves to wait for decades for answers on what happened to their loved one, and no one should get away with murder. My promise to families is this: we will never give up. We will never stop searching. We will never lose hope. We will work for justice. And I'm glad to say we're keeping that promise every day. Last year, our Iowa legislature and Governor Reynolds approved the appropriation to give our office the funds for a cold case unit. And in Iowa, we don't just back our law enforcement. We've got great law enforcement here in Iowa, but we empower them, we support them. And our team in the Attorney General's office, we bring fresh eyes to Iowa cold cases. They dig through information and pursue leads, and they work alongside our heroes in law enforcement all across the state to crack these cases. From the local police department to the sheriff's office, state law enforcement, to federal resources like the FBI, we all work together as a team on these cold cases, and their work matters. Because we know for many families, they had no chance to say goodbye. There was no final hug, just years and sometimes even decades of silence. And that's a reality that too many Iowa families have had to face. There's no more birthdays. They can't come to the wedding, and they're missed every day in their families' and friends' lives. And let me be clear about our cold case unit. No stone will go unturned. No case is too cold. And we will hunt down those who think they can outrun justice. But we're not done. We're taking a bold new step to bring our families here in Iowa the answers that they deserve. Today, I'm announcing the launch of the new Iowa cold case playing cards. This unique card deck shines a light on 52 of Iowa's unsolved cases. And cases in this deck, they range from unsolved homicides to missing persons cases to unidentified remains cases. And these are the cases that continue to cast a shadow over our communities and weigh heavily on the hearts of prosecutors and law enforcement all across the state who hope for justice. You know, each and every case in this deck represents more than just an unsolved case. Each card is a life, a story, and a family searching for answers. We believe these cards will help to unlock the answers and to get leads. These decks will be sent to Iowa's correctional facilities where inmates can use the cards, and each of our sheriff's offices and other law enforcement will have that same opportunity to use these cards in their jails. Our goal is simple. We want to start a conversation. We want to start or spark a memory. And someone might recognize a name. They might overhear or remember a conversation, or they might even feel that weight of a long-held secret that they never should have kept. And it's time now for the people with information or who might know something to come forward. My office has a dedicated cold case tip line, 1-800-242 5100, a dedicated cold case tip line, and also an email address. It's called coldcase@ag.iowa.gov. One tip, one memory, that could be the one that breaks a case. We know these cards work. Other states have used them as well, and today we are joined by families whose loved ones are featured in this first edition of the Iowa Cold Case Playing Cards. And I want the families here to know you and your loved ones, you're the reason that we're doing this. We hope these cards will deliver long-awaited answers, not only to you, but to all Iowans with loved ones and all of us who care about unsolved cold cases. This card deck is a way we get the word out to people who might hold that missing piece of information that could unlock the truth. Maybe even just a small bit that helps to put investigators onto the right path or turns over another lead in the case. If we solve just one case or uncover answers for just one family, it is all worth it. We know that someone somewhere knows something, and we want them to come forward and tell us what they know. With these cold case cards, we're one step closer to finding the truth. Now I'd like to introduce Steve Ponsetto. He's the lead investigator of our cold case unit in our office, and he's going to talk a little bit about the cold case deck and how it was formed.
Thank you, Attorney General Byrd. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to the people of Iowa in this cold case effort. Under your leadership and the support of the Iowa legislature, the statewide cold case unit became a reality on July 1st, 2024. My name is Steve Ponsetto. I am a retired Iowa DCI special agent. I spent a 33-year law enforcement career in the Iowa Department of Public Safety as a state trooper and a special agent. I'm honored to be part of the Attorney General's team and the statewide cold case unit. To refresh your memory, what is a cold case? It's any death case identified as a homicide or missing person with suspicious circumstances or unidentified human remains, and when active leads have been exhausted as determined by the originating law enforcement agency. Since we last met, the cold case team has come together and now consists of 4 Attorney General investigators and an Assistant Attorney General prosecutor. These 5 individuals make up the Attorney General's cold case unit with a mission and vision of the following. The mission of the cold case unit is to assist law enforcement and prosecutors in cases involving unresolved homicides, missing persons under suspicious circumstances, or unidentified human remains by providing investigative, prosecution, and victim service support. This partnership is performed with dedication and integrity. The vision of the cold case unit is to provide justice for victims, answers for families, and accountability for offenders, while upholding the rights of all people. Today, we're here to talk about another piece of the cold case effort, and that is the cold case playing cards. Each card portrays a cold case in the state of Iowa. And if you recall, we have over 400 of them. The cold case cards are about generating information. Please remember, no matter the case, somebody knows something. By way of background, a cold case playing card committee was created with the following members: the Iowa State Sheriffs and Deputies Association, the Iowa Police Chiefs Association, the Iowa Department of Public Safety, Division of Criminal Investigation, the Iowa Department of Corrections, the Iowa County Attorneys Association, IowaColdCases.org creator Jody Ewing, and the Iowa Attorney General's Office. This committee coordinated and collaborated with law enforcement agencies across the state to identify 52 cases to be featured on the playing cards. There are family members of several of these cold cases here today. Their attendance sends us all a message. Hope cannot be forgotten. They each have a sticker on their shirt or jacket, so please take a moment to visit with them. When you combine this initiative and the strong partnerships within the Iowa criminal justice system, the Iowa Attorney General's office is encouraged by the potential this cold case unit can and is bringing to the people of Iowa. We continue to think of different ways to generate information flow and exchange with the ultimate goal of furthering a cold case investigation. All of us working together for a common goal is what Iowans expect from their government. Together, we can speak for those who cannot. Together, we can make a difference for those seeking answers, and together we can bring justice to those responsible. Everyone in this room is a partner. If you know something, say something. Thank you. I would like to recognize this is all about a partnership, teamwork, collaboration, and we're joined by guests today. John King, Palo Alto County Sheriff's Office, Seth Nelson from the Palo Alto County Sheriff's Office, Constant Thorndahl from Story County Sheriff's Office, A.J. Acalo, Marshalltown PD, Sadie Weekly, Marshalltown PD, Kelly Kyokiski, Waukee PD, Nicholas Lenny, Story County Sheriff's Office, Justin Allen, Polk County Attorney's Office, Dennis McDaniel, Johnston Police Department, Bob Stanton, Polk County Sheriff's Office, Mark Moore, Polk County Sheriff's Office, Adam DeCamp, DCI, Doug Eiholtz, Warren County Attorney's Office, Rich DeJody, K-9 of the Midlands, Chief Michael McTaggart, Des Moines Police Department, Major David Ness, Des Moines Police Department, Kevin Hall, FBI, Brian Doty, Des Moines PD, and Keith Davis, Wayne County Sheriff's Office. I want to publicly thank all of them for their partnership because this could not be done without a team effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, and a special thank you too to Pablo with Crisis K-9 of the Midlands. He's that cute pup you've seen here, providing comfort and support to our first responders and law enforcement, and also those who have been impacted by crime. So thank you so much for that, for Crisis K-9s. But want to introduce next Haley Elliott. Haley is going to talk about her aunt Ruthie Kingery Polmeyer's story. Haley.
My Aunt Ruthie was a kind-hearted, fun-loving aunt. She had the best sense of humor and always made us laugh when we saw her. She was a sister to my mom that was able to laugh with, cry with, and argue with. She was selfless and loved wholeheartedly. She truly cared about the people she was around. She always made you feel important. On April 25th, 2004, my Aunt Ruthie was brutally beaten to death, wrapped in a blanket, and left in a bowling alley. She was 37 years old. Losing a close family member is always difficult to process. While trying to reminisce on all the memories and the good times, you're stuck with every emotion in the book. On top of all the emotions grief causes, we're left with unanswered questions. We don't know anything. How many people were involved? Why did you choose her? What led up to this, and how did you know her? I don't understand how there's nobody that knows anything. There's got to be someone out there who knows what happens. It wasn't just a body or a random person. It never was. She was my aunt, a friend, a sister, and a daughter with a beautiful soul.
Oh, Haley, you did a great job. Thank you. Thank you, Haley. Next, we have Brandy Weber, who's here with us. She's the granddaughter of Bill and Kay Wood, and she'd like to say a few words on behalf of her family. Brandy.
I would like to say thank you to everyone who have continued to put Grandma and William in their thoughts over the last 13 years. To those of you who have shared the person of interest, keeping this going and continuously pushing for justice. It has been extremely hard for our families, but knowing there are people out there who have seen how much Grandma and William have touched us and those around them gives me a little bit of hope for humanity. Hope, a feeling we are all feeling today. Hope that getting fresh new eyes on our cases is just what they need. Hope that more people will come forward with more information they have, and in the future we will have justice for William and Grandma. I also have something from my Aunt Kathy from Maine, who cannot be here. I am the oldest child of Kay living in Maine. She has 6 children, 3 who live in Iowa and 3 who live in Maine. It is very difficult for us to believe that we still have no information regarding the disappearance of our mother. Here we are almost 14 years later since the murder of William and the disappearance of Mom. I feel for William's family as they have lost a nice man, but they have at least have some closure. They have him. We can't say the same. It hasn't gotten any easier over the years. Holidays, birthdays, or daily events, I think of my mom and what she would have done if she was here. I miss our every Sunday afternoon phone calls at 3:30 p.m. to catch up on what's going on with her. Grandma Kay would have loved to meet her great-grandchildren and sing You Are My Sunshine, just as she did to her grandchildren, or make her big cream puffs or chocolate cake with peanut butter frosting. These are all things that they or she will never share, or we as adult children will never be able to fight over why she made it for me and didn't make it for them. Words will never express how I feel about not having Mom. I do think of her daily. My emotions are all over the place at times. I love her and I miss her. I get sad because she's not here. I get mad that someone did something to take her away from me. This may not be nice, but I do pray to God that every night that the person who took her, when they close their eyes, they see my mom's face and remember what they did. You are a coward. To what you did to 2 people, Mom and William, would never harm you, and if asked, would have tried to help you if they could. All I'm asking is to find out where my mother is. Her family in Maine and Iowa, her sister, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren just want to find her and bring her home. I do want to thank Detective Mike Rowe for his dedication to the case, who over the past 3 years, I have bugged monthly for information and questions, and the Iowa cold case for taking this case on. Someone knows what happened and who did this. Please step up and get us answers where we can find my mom, and we will let the DCI cold case handle who did this. Please, if anyone has any information, come forward.
Thank you, Brandy. Next, we'll hear from Josh Oakland and his sister, Brittany Bruce. Josh lost his sister, Ashley Oakland, who's also Brittany's sister as well. Josh.
Good afternoon, Josh Oakland. Just here to speak on behalf of the Oakland family. We're very grateful for what has happened here. I appreciate the Attorney General including my family in being at this today. I appreciate Steve Ponsetto including me in a lot of the early details of setting this up. We're really excited about what this opportunity presents for not only our family, but for all of the other victim families that are here with us today. This new group is highly motivated, and we're excited to see what they can get done. So, thank you.
Hi, excuse me, I'm Brittany, like they said. I just want to echo what Josh is saying. I think we've been fortunate to have Ashley's case in the media for the last 14 years, but there's a lot of victim families out there that have not had the press that we have, and every case deserves the time, the people to spend the time that they have on Ashley's case. And we're excited to have new eyes on Ashley's case, and it really blows me away to see the amount of people here today and behind the scenes who have put this together and will continue to work for our justice, and obviously hope that many more families will see that in the coming years. So just want to say thank you to you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany and Josh. Thank you. This would not be possible, our cold case unit and our cold case playing cards, without strong support from law enforcement and law enforcement organizations all across the state. And Sheriff Jason Sandholt from Marion County was part of the team that helped us make this happen. So we'll hear from Sheriff Sandholt next.
Thank you. Thank you. My name's Jason Sandel. I'm past president of the Iowa Sheriffs and Deputies Association, and like the Attorney General said, we were proud to be a partner in this. But one of the things I just wanted to stress is you heard from a few families. Think about all the other families that are out there that are a part of this deck of cards, and we ask for your help. There are people out there that know stuff, and we want to bring closure to these families. It's near and dear. You see how dedicated the family is. You see how dedicated law enforcement is. So if you know something, please reach out. We're going to get this. This impacts all corners of the state. I mean, and we're going to get these decks out to all the jails, all the prisons, all the places that we think that anybody that might have information can give us that information. It's worked in other states, and I know it can work in Iowa.
Thank you. Well, thank you. And finally, we'll hear from Chief McTaggart here from the Des Moines Police Department. And thank you, Chief, for welcoming us here today and hosting us and hosting these families here today. Chief? Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. My name is Mike McTaggart. I'm Chief of Police of Des Moines Police Department. First off, I'd like to thank the legislature for allocating this money. The Attorney General's office, and Brenna Bird, and everybody in her office that fought to create this unit. Steve Ponsetto has formed a large group of excellent detectives that are going to get this job done. We're excited. Cold cases are very difficult for departments to continue to investigate because other incidents come in and you focus on the newer stuff. And this allows those cases to get the work done that is needed. And we, along with everybody else in law enforcement, want to solve these cases. And this unit will allow that. They'll allow for some measure of justice and closure for the families. But with technology and resources that are going to be put into this, I think that this unit is going to be very successful. And if you committed any of these crimes and you think that you got away with it and it's been a number of years, I guarantee you, you will be wrong. And I'm excited to see the success of this program. So thank you, everybody, for dedicating yourselves to take on this challenge. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Yeah. Well, with that, we would take any questions you have about our cold case unit or our deck of playing cards with cold cases. We'd ask that the press present confine their questions just to that issue out of respect to the families here that have lost a loved one and all the other families around Iowa that have lost a loved one due to a case that's gone cold. So any questions? Yes.
So you mentioned that other states have seen successes with this. Can you talk about what successes they've seen or what the results have been from doing something similar?
Yeah, I know Steve has some details, but I just want to stress this. This cold case deck is a way to get the word out to Iowans, to remind them about these cases and to make sure they know that they can reach out to our office or their local law enforcement with any leads or anything they might know about a cold case, whether they think it's significant or not. It's another way for us to remind Iowans to come forward. And this cold case unit has been a long time in the making. We're very grateful for it, but if we are able to solve just one case, it makes it all worth it. And these are tough cases. Other states have used these decks. I think it's the first time anything like this has been done in Iowa, but other states have seen leads come in about cold cases with when they release a deck. So we're very hopeful there that as people across the state learn about the decks, learn about the cold cases, it will spark someone reaching out to our office and providing a tip. But I know, Steve, a number of states have these decks, and some even have, over time, they have cold case units that have been around a lot longer. They may have several additions that have been released. So you want to answer that one?
Yeah, my last information was Connecticut, for example, has had these cards for approximately a decade, and they've solved 20. Kansas recently got these cards within the last couple of years, and I know of at least one they've solved.
How can Iowans get these cards? Are they going to be distributed anywhere other than prisons and jails?
The cards primarily will go to prisons and jails, and to be clear, no taxpayer dollars were used to create the cards. These are many of the organizations that we mentioned that have been part of the project contributed funds to pay for the printing of these cards. So primarily they'll be going to prisons and jails, because oftentimes whether it's someone in a jail setting or in a prison setting, they might know or have heard something about a cold case. So that's where they're going first. And we'll also go out to county jails as well.
Do you hope to add more later, or another set? You mentioned other set.
Yeah.
Is that possible in the future?
We would love for that to be a possibility in the future. Right now, we are fully invested in promoting this deck and making sure that this deck gets to where it needs to go. I also believe that as people who might know something, if they see something about these case cards and you see the information on there, they are reminded of the person that was lost and the family that is still looking for them. And there are some families that have lost a family member where they don't have a body to bury. They don't know where their loved one is. And so there are many ways that these cards can help and to help bring attention to it. But I think in future years, we would love to have more cards. We are absolutely, though, focused on promoting this cold case card deck and making sure it gets into the right hands of people who might have information and can come forward.
As a follow-up to that, can you talk about how these 52 cases were chosen among the 400-some cold cases that are out there?
Yes. Every case is important, and no stone is left unturned, every cold case. So our unit serves every single cold case. Our card committee, which was made up of law enforcement and other partners, worked with local departments and others to figure out, and families, to figure out which cards they were going to feature in the first deck. But to be clear, every single cold case in Iowa gets full attention from our cold case unit.
This is about the arrest of Robert Davis for the murder of Barbara Lenz. How was your cold case unit able to solve this when it had gone unsolved for so long?
Yeah. So with regard to that charge, which is still pending, and that my office, cold case unit, and Harrison County are prosecuting that case together, I'm not going to comment on that case today because any further comment about that case will happen in a court of law and before a judge and jury.
Is your cold case unit working at all with that national child ID program that you rolled out a couple of years ago? Is that something you still have, and have any children been found using those child IDs in Iowa?
So the child ID program is for parents to use to collect information about their child for that parent to have in case a child would go missing. And we launched that in 2023. It wasn't related to cold cases or to children who have gone missing, but rather as a tool for parents to have in case the worst would happen, so they have that key information readily at hand. We do have several projects in our office too, where as part of the cold case unit, they're looking at unidentified human remains. That's an important part of what the cold case project is working on as well.
Last question.
Well, thank you. I hope you help us get the word out about these cases, and I just thank the families for being here today. And please know, we'll never stop working. We'll never give up. Thank you.